Hello everybody, what is going on? Steggy here with a video review of the Kontrol Freek FPS Freek Viper, or FPS Freek Classic that it's now known as. So a couple of weeks back at PAX East, I met Trevor from Kontrol Freek. Now we talked about a few things and he ended up giving me a set of Kontrol Freeks before I left. I just wanted to know what I thought about them and maybe do a video on them. So after my experiences with them, I did want to do a video on it because I wanted to share with you guys what I thought about it. Now, the Kontrol Freeks aren't really anything new. They've been around for a couple of years, actually. When I first saw them, I didn't think that it would be anything that I'd be interested in personally, but a lot of people did have positive feedback on them, and I thought, why not? So I did try them out for the past few weeks, and I gotta say that I was surprised in what I found with my experience in it. So I just wanted to do a short little review, nothing like, 15-minute review with 20 different shots of these two things, because that'd be a little bit silly, but basically these things are, their MSRP is 15 bucks, but on their website pretty much all of them are marked down to 10. I don't know if that's the way it's always been, if it's like a permanent sale or if that's just temporary or what, but you can get these for about 10 bucks, so it's really not that expensive. And the premise of these is really simple. They're basically extenders. You pop them on your thumbsticks and they advertise that you can do better with them, basically. It helps with your aiming and everything. So these are the kind that I got. These are the classic, and they have a few different kinds of designs on the thumbsticks as well as different colors. But this is just the regular black with gray thumb caps on here. So if you kind of look right here, it's a really simple design and you get two of them. And you pop them on your Xbox 360 controller. And if you have the MLG controller from Mad Catz, if you're using the 360 thumb pads on it, they will pop onto that as well. But right now, I've just got this standard wireless 360 remote here. So basically what you do is you take on the thumb caps and you just pop them on like so. And in my testing of using these, I've taken them off a few times. They do leave some scuffs, like if you keep popping them on and off, you can wear down your thumbsticks over time. I haven't had any damage to my thumbsticks yet, but I have seen some physical, you can tell that I've been popping these on and off because they do grip tight on there when you pop them on. So this is what the controller looks like with the FPS Freeks actually on there. So they do definitely make your sticks longer, and when I'm reading the things that they're like, oh, this will help you with your sniping and stuff like that, I didn't really see where it could go. I mean, it's not like this is giving you more room because it's still the same radius. But I actually did notice a difference when playing this, and that's just because the sensitivity change that happens when you put these on. If you remember like 8th grade science with levers or torque, everything like that, the more length you have from the fulcrum to the force that you're putting on it, the less force you have to put for the same end product. I guess it's been a while since I've taken science too. But basically, if you have a fulcrum here and you have your weight here, let's say you have 10 pounds here and you have 5 pounds here, it'll still generate the same amount of force on there because it's farther apart. So with these longer sticks, it actually feels a lot easier to move your sticks around. It's not like you're fighting them or anything. And it's not like I ever thought that there is a problem with the original 360 stick. I mean, when I saw this, I was thinking, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. But I actually do enjoy using these a lot more because it's actually a little bit more ergonomic, because your thumbs don't have to like kind of crouch down a little bit more, like contort to get to your thumbstick. So it actually does feel a little bit more natural to have them up here, especially if you have bigger hands like I do, or if you're just an adult. If you're a kid, it might be a little bit uncomfortable, kind of like how using the Duke controllers back then wasn't comfortable for kids' hands. So when I was testing this out, it's not like my aim magically improved, but I did find that it was a more enjoyable experience, and I did feel that this was accurate. What I was seeing on the screen felt right in my hands. But there is one giant trade-off for this. You might think that it feels foreign to have it up here, and it's really not that much of a acclimation period. It maybe took me half a game before I would get used to it. But I really did not like using these in Halo 4. And the reason why is, it's not just the aiming, but in Halo 4, when you get into a fight, it'll take like 4 or 5 shots with your DMR or whatever to take out your opponent. And during those fights, it's really common to jump around a lot, Gandhi hopping. We did it back in Halo 2, and we still do it to this day. And the problem I have is when I'm aiming and I'm going to the face buttons and I keep going back, it's really hard to recover from jumping and then getting back to it. And I don't know if it's something that just takes more time to get used to, but during my few weeks of testing, for Halo 4, not really the biggest fan of, just because if I didn't have to jump around a lot, I'd be fine, but it's just going to jumping to aiming to jumping to aiming. So if you use these for a while, you might be able to get over that, or if you actually use a scuff controller, because I know that they have those little back paddles that you could put as the jump button, I guess. Or even like the Razer Onzas have those remappable buttons, so you could use one of these as jumping or something like that. I don't have those controllers, so I'm stuck with the A button. And I just felt that recovering from jumping and aiming was a little bit difficult with the Kontrol Freeks. So for Halo 4, I'm fine with just the regular thumbsticks. However, then I switched over to Black Ops 2. Now, Black Ops 2, you still have to use the face buttons, X for reload, Y for switching weapon, A for hopping over stuff or doing jumping, but you don't really hop around as much as you do in Halo. There are some people that do that, so if you're that type of player, you might have problems with these, but I'm more of the drop shot kind of person, and I use the tactical button layout. So I use B for melee, and then I have the right analog stick as my crouching button. So in Black Ops 2, you can like swan dive where you can just drop shot, and you don't have to take anything off your analog sticks, and this is perfectly fine for that. And there isn't a lot of going back and forth between the face buttons, because generally if you're going for a melee, it's really easy to get to that melee button from here. It's just getting back and forth. But in Call of Duty, if you fuck up that first melee, you're more than likely dead anyway, so it's not like it really matters. So when I have to keep going back and forth in Halo 4, these are a little bit of a problem. In Black Ops 2, it's not really an issue that I run across. So I like the experience with these because I like how easier it is to move the sticks, because once you go to these and then you go back, you're like, wow, it really was a lot better with the Kontrol Freeks. But there is that trade-off in Halo that I personally don't like, but in Black Ops I don't really deal with that. So pretty much it's more ergonomic and it feels a lot more natural. I like the sensitivity change. I think that if they could have nailed that down in the Xbox 360 controller just with the stock thumb pads, that would have been great, but this does the job for what we've got here. So in Black Ops 2, when I played, I did record a few games. It had been a while since I played Black Ops 2, but I recorded the first 4 games with the Kontrol Freeks on, so I didn't play anything with the regular joysticks, but I made a little video showing some of the highlights of some of the clips I got. So like I said, it's not like this magically made me good at Black Ops 2. I'm just good at everything I play, let's be honest here. But, you know, I've got a link in the description pane for you guys to check that out, to check out some of the gameplay that I got using the Kontrol Freeks. So, overall, I am a fan of these, actually. I like the way that they feel. Another thing that I didn't really go over is that they are a little bit softer than your stock 360 thumbsticks. So, like, the actual rubber is softer, and it's not like, it's just a little bit more comfortable on the actual thumb tip. So, I do like that as well. But holding it like this, where your thumbs are like more extended, I find that more comfortable than having to have them down like that for the regular joysticks. It's just that there is that trade-off for Halo 4 where going back and forth between aiming and jumping can cause some problems and can cost me some battles. It might be something that can be fixed over time, getting used to these, but that's what I've noticed in my testing with Halo 4 so far. But Black Ops 2, nothing but positive marks there. Whenever I turn that on now, I'm going to be popping these on. Halo 4, I'm still not sure yet. I might try to give this a little bit more time to see if I can get over that transitionary period. But for now, I like this a lot more for Black Ops 2 than Halo 4. So anyways, that's my quick little review, which turned into a little bit of a longer review than I thought it was going to be for these Kontrol Freeks. But you can check them out at kontrolfreek.com. They've got a lot of stuff for a lot of different game types. They've got the racing kind, and they've got FPS shooter kinds, and they got a lot of different styles. So check out their site and see what they got. I mean, they're $10. What do you got to lose, right? Anyways, this is Steggy with my video review on the Kontrol Freek FPS Freeks, and until my next video, I'll catch you guys later.